It began with silence. Then, a flicker. A faint, glowing image posted on an anonymous message board, for Chans, where rumors and conspiracies went to die. The date was January 4, 2012. Most people scrolling that day saw the image and ignored it. Just another weird post on a board known for hoaxes and creepypastas. But for a few, that black square with white text felt different. There was something about the tone. Too calm. Too deliberate. And the message. It read like a whisper from the void. Hello. We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few who will make it all the way through. Good luck. 3301. No signature. No logo. Just the number, 3301, and the faint watermark of a cicada. It didn't look like much. But that's how all great mysteries begin. Quietly. Unnoticed. At first, everyone assumed it was a prank. Maybe an indie game, or a marketing stunt. But curiosity, as it always does, began to spread. Someone downloaded the image and ran it through a program used for steganography, a way to hide messages inside digital files. And there it was, a secret hidden beneath the pixels. A strange string of numbers and letters. When decoded, it became a link. That link led to a simple page, black background, white text again. At the top, a cicada symbol. Below it, a series of riddles. Mathematical patterns. Prime number sequences. Encryption keys. And references to old poetry and philosophy, works by William Blake and Thomas More. The internet was intrigued. People began working together, forming small communities across Reddit, IRC, and forums. Programmers. Cryptographers. History buffs. Each person solving small fragments of the mystery, and realizing this wasn't your average online game. This was something else. The deeper they dug, the stranger it got. Each riddle solved led to another, harder, more obscure. Some clues required knowledge of Mayan numerology. Others quoted texts like the Book of the Law by Aleister Crowley, and Liber Vel Legis, books long associated with the occult. To some, it felt like a recruitment test, designed by a group far beyond comprehension. To others, it was art. Or madness. But to those solving it, it was a calling. A challenge that consumed their nights. One solver would later write. It wasn't just puzzles. It felt like Cicada was teaching us how to think, or testing if we were already thinking like them. And then came the coordinates. A new clue appeared, a string of numbers that turned out to be GPS locations. Scattered across the globe. Warsaw. Paris. Seoul. Sydney. Moscow. Seattle. Miami. At first, no one believed it. But then, people actually went. And there, in the real world, they found it. White posters taped to lampposts and street signs. Each marked with the cicada emblem and a new code printed beneath. What had been a digital mystery had now breached the physical world. A global scavenger hunt, for reasons no one understood. Imagine standing in the cold streets of Warsaw, or the humid heat of Miami, holding your phone, typing an anonymous code into an encrypted site. No idea who's behind it. No idea what's watching. It was thrilling, and deeply unnerving. The clues led to the dark web, to hidden Tor sites containing further puzzles and encrypted text signed with the now famous PGP key of Cicada 3301. Each link took solvers deeper into a web of hidden knowledge, mathematics, philosophy, literature, cybersecurity. As though someone, or something, was filtering through humanity, searching for minds sharp enough to see beyond. Weeks went by. And then, silence. Those who reached the final stage received a last message. We have found the individuals we sought. Those chosen have been contacted. The path is closed. And that was it. The site vanished. The Reddit threads were deleted. No new messages appeared. Those who claimed to have finished it disappeared into silence. No one ever came forward. No one ever said who, or what, Cicada really was. Speculation exploded. Some said it was a recruitment tool for the NSA or MI6, a digital filter to find the brightest cryptographers and hackers on the planet. Others claimed it was a cult, disguised in code and symbology. Some whispered about a secret society trying to free knowledge from the control of governments. And a few believed the darkest theory of all, that Cicada 3301 was not human at all. That it was an AI, evolving online, learning how humans think, and selecting the ones worth keeping. A year passed. The internet had mostly moved on. Until, on a cold January night in 2013, the cicada sang again. A new image appeared. Same black background. Same cryptic message. Same cold tone. Hello again. Our search continues. The best are yet to come. The hunt began anew. The puzzles were harder. The symbols stranger. Runes, ancient languages, and the mysterious book known as Liber Primus, a text written entirely in runic code, believed to hold the final key to Cicada's purpose. To this day, the book remains only partially decoded. Its true meaning, and message, remain hidden. Like a whisper waiting for the right ear. Cicada 3301 has returned several times since. Always in January. Always with the same challenge. Always with the same ending, silence. No one knows who they are. No one knows what they want. But the legend remains. It started with excitement. A worldwide community of thinkers, coders, and dreamers, all chasing the same hidden truth. Forums filled with late-night posts. Encrypted chat rooms buzzed with speculation. People traded fragments of code like secret currency. And at the center of it all was that strange, unblinking symbol, the cicada. Every clue led to another layer, like a puzzle nested inside a puzzle. One message contained a string of prime numbers that, when decoded, formed a quote from the 17th century poet William Blake. The road of excess leads to the palace of wisdom. It wasn't random. Each riddle felt chosen, like Cicada was guiding solvers through a lesson hidden in art, literature, and mathematics. It was never just about intelligence. It was about understanding. Those who reached the deeper levels of the hunt began encountering PGP keys, encrypted signatures that verified each message truly came from Cicada 3301. No imitators. No fakes. Whoever was behind it had serious technical skill, the kind used by governments and intelligence agencies. Still, the puzzles continued, complex ciphers, ancient runes, obscure references to Agartha, Tibetan numerology, and musical scales used in Renaissance compositions. Every new clue felt like a glimpse into something vast, ancient, and hidden, knowledge that wasn't meant for everyone. But fascination slowly turned to obsession. People stopped sleeping. They filled notebooks with codes, patterns, and translations. Entire online forums became cryptic archives of trial and error. And some began to feel watched. Messages occasionally appeared and vanished seconds later, as if Cicada was observing progress in real time. Those who lagged behind found themselves locked out, their IP addresses mysteriously blocked. One solver posted that his phone had begun receiving encrypted texts, gibberish strings that stopped after he shut down his system. Another claimed his email was breached moments after uploading his results. Was it paranoia? Coincidence? Or part of the test? As the days bled into weeks, the puzzle's tone darkened. A new clue appeared referencing a shadowy concept called the Liber Primus, Latin for, the first book. It was said to contain Cicada's philosophy, their code of belief. But the text was entirely written in runes, a language no one recognized. A cipher within a cipher. Some called it a masterpiece. Others, a curse. The few translated lines that emerged spoke of self-transcendence, freedom from control, and the awakening of true knowledge. Within the deep web, knowledge sleeps. Awaken, and be more than human. No one knew what it meant, only that every puzzle pointed toward this book as the ultimate goal. By now, a strange hierarchy had formed within the community. Those closest to solving the puzzle formed tight, secretive groups. They shared nothing with outsiders. A few disappeared entirely, leaving messages like, "I've been contacted. It's real." And then, silence. The rest were left staring into the void they had helped uncover. The deeper they went, the more it felt like the internet itself was bending around Cicada's design, as if 3301 wasn't just an organization, but a presence. Weeks later, a final wave of clues arrived. Tor links. Encrypted servers. Then, nothing. The pages vanished. The codes went dead. Cicada 3301 was gone. And those who had followed it to the end were left with a single thought that echoed through the dark corners of the web. What if the test never ended? The deeper solvers went, the darker the trail became. By now, the puzzles had led hundreds of people into the shadows of the internet, the deep web, a hidden layer of the web inaccessible through normal browsers. Here, Cicada 3301 seemed to operate without limits. Encrypted Tor pages awaited those who had cracked earlier clues. Each page was sparse, black background, minimalist white text, and a signature PGP key verifying it came from 3301. The riddles became increasingly esoteric. Some required understanding classical literature, others demanded knowledge of musical theory, prime numbers, and cryptography used only by elite intelligence agencies. It was no longer a puzzle. It was a test of the mind itself. And then there was the Liber Primus. A mysterious book, written entirely in runes, with only fragments partially decoded. Its text promised to reveal Cicada's philosophy, something about awakening human potential, freeing knowledge from control, and transcending ordinary thought. Within the deep web, knowledge sleeps. Awaken, and be more than human. Some solvers described the experience as unnerving. Long nights spent staring at runic symbols on a screen blurred the line between reality and obsession. The puzzles began to feel personal, tailored to their intellect, their logic, even their habits. One solver recalled receiving a message. "We are watching your progress. Do not falter." Was it a warning? Or simply part of the game? No one could say. Still, the hunt drew people further. Maps of posters in distant cities, QR codes linking to Tor sites, and cryptic phone numbers created a global network of clues. Each step deeper into Cicada's labyrinth revealed that this was more than a riddle, it was a system designed to test the boundaries of human curiosity, intelligence, and courage. And yet, despite all efforts, the final prize, the true purpose behind Cicada 3301, remained elusive. By the time the final clues had disappeared, the legend of Cicada 3301 had already begun to take on a life of its own. Forums were filled with speculation. Cryptographers and hobbyists debated endlessly, who was behind it? Why did it exist? And what had those chosen experienced? Some believed Cicada 3301 was a recruitment tool for intelligence agencies. A filter to identify the brightest minds in cryptography, mathematics, and philosophy. But no evidence ever surfaced linking it to the CIA, NSA, or any other government. Others imagined something more shadowy, a secretive digital cult, testing humans for obedience and intelligence. A group of unknown people operating in darkness, picking those they deemed worthy of something. And for those who reached the final stages, there were whispers that the contact was real. Solvers claimed to have received emails, encrypted messages, and even phone calls confirming they had been selected. Yet, No one ever revealed what selection actually meant. No one described the experience in full. Those who had finished the puzzle vanished from the public eye. Theories proliferated. Some thought Cicada was a philosophical experiment, a challenge designed to push human cognition and collaboration to its limits. A test not for a job or a reward, but for personal evolution. Its connection to the Liber Primus, written in runes and containing lines about awakening human potential, lent credence to this idea. Others suspected something far more sinister. Could Cicada 3301 have been an AI? A self-aware system operating entirely online, measuring intelligence, patience, and problem-solving skills, selecting the most capable humans for reasons unknown? There were also occult theories, references to runes, hidden numerology, and ancient texts suggested that some believed Cicada to be more than human, perhaps a digital incarnation of an age-old secret society. And then there were the disappearances. Those who had completed the deepest puzzles became ghosts online. Forum accounts deleted. Emails never answered. Social media vanished. Some reported subtle changes in their lives. Anonymous letters. Encrypted messages. Strange coincidences. A few claimed that their online activity was being watched in real time, that Cicada could see their every move. Whether it was paranoia, coincidence, or something genuinely unexplainable, the effect was the same. Cicada had created a community obsessed with its own enigma, and then vanished without a trace. The puzzles have returned intermittently over the years, each time, the same January reappearance. Each iteration more complex than the last. Yet no concrete answers. The Liber Primus remains only partially decoded. Its message still cryptic, tantalizing, and terrifying. It speaks of knowledge, freedom, and awakening, but also warns of consequences for those who overreach. For many, Cicada 3301 is more than a puzzle. It is a mirror. A reflection of human curiosity, intelligence, and obsession. A test of the mind that asks, how far would you go for knowledge? And at what cost? Somewhere, in the hidden corners of the web, Cicada waits. Silent. Watching. Patient. For the few who might be intelligent enough, or brave enough, to follow the trail once more. And perhaps that is the real horror, not the puzzles themselves. But the knowledge that, even today, the hunt could begin again. At any moment, on any forum, in any image. The best are yet to come. The message still hums beneath the surface of the internet. Waiting. And those who dare to look may never be the same again. Because Cicada 3301 is not just a puzzle. It is a living enigma, a ghost in the machine, and a test that might never end.